Welcome back to the channel, guys, and in today's video this isn't going to be me defining what is the better gun. You've probably seen from the title already, but this is mainly going to be a video discussing the pros and cons of both the Phantom and the Vandal, because throughout playing and through watching a lot of streams of Valorant and whatnot, people don't have a primary gun to use. Like, for example, in CS, the AK is pretty much the superior gun. Even on CT side, people prefer the AK. If they can get their hands on an AK, they'll take it. But on Valorant, some people like the Vandal, some people like the Phantom. On some maps, people use Vandal. On other maps, they use Phantom. So in this video, we're mainly going to be kind of sparking a debate as to what you guys and what I think is better for what situation, and what I personally prefer. I'm not saying one gun's better than the other, because it doesn't work like that at the end of the day. People are using both guns and they're shredding with both. They've both got different playstyles, and they both work in different situations. So we're going to go over it, and we're going to start off just by looking at the base stats of each gun. Now, they both cost exactly the same, so there's no worry about price difference when you're buying in a buy round or whatever. The price is $2,900 for both. Now, the main difference between both of these for me is the damage. We'll look at damage first. We'll go over the other stats just after. But if we look at damage on the Vandal, now, before I get into this, the Vandal is personally my favorite. The Phantom's good. I can't deny it. The Phantom is very, very good. But I'm a big fan of the Vandal. I feel like it's really satisfying to use. I love the one-tap potential. But we'll get into that as the video goes on. But the Vandal, so the damage we have is it does 39 damage to the body, 156 to the head, and 33 to the leg. And that is between 0 and 50 meters, where most of your engagements are going to be. Now, I don't actually know, because it doesn't mention it. If you are beyond 50 meters, I don't know what damage it does. But I've never not one-tapped with the Vandal to the head, unless it's obviously a wallbang. So the thing that stands out for the Vandal is its one-tap potential. Now, if we compare that to the Phantom has damage drop off quite significantly compared to the Vandal. I think I might have just said the Vandal and Phantom the wrong way around, but you get the point. The Vandal can one-tap from 0 to 50 meters. The Phantom can only one-tap between 0 and 15. As soon as you go beyond 15 meters, you start going down to 140 damage headshots, and then 30 to 50 is 124. So you're going to need to double-tap someone, or you're going to need to headshot, body shot, which at the end of the day, I suppose, isn't the end of the world, considering if you hit the headshot, you should be able to connect a body shot straight after. But the problem with that for me is if you've got two players exactly the same skill level, they shoot at the same time at the head, one has a Vandal, one has a Phantom at a certain range, the Vandal will win. But of course, it doesn't always work like that. The Phantom has its benefits. But that's the main thing that stands out for me. So for me, the Vandal is king for one-taps, whereas the Phantom isn't as good, but of course it still can one-tap, and if you can't one-tap, you could do a little burst, headshot, body shot. Whatever works for you, the Phantom can still one-tap, but just not as well as the Vandal can. So that's pretty much the main difference for damage on these two guns. That's the thing that really stands out for me. That's why I'm a big fan of the Vandal over the Phantom. But then we look at fire rates. The standard fire rate, we're not going to look at ADS fire rates, to be honest, because not many people ADS, and most of the shooting you're going to be doing in this game is going to be from the hip. Yes, you do get a few ADS kills, but you don't often ADS compared to hip fire on this game. So if we look at the fire rate of the Vandal, it's 9.25 rounds per second, and we compare that to the Phantom, and it's 11. So as we can see straight off the bat, the Phantom has a hell of a lot more fire rate. I mean, I say a hell of a lot, 2 extra rounds per second, it's a decent amount. Which means in a gunfight, if you hit the body, the Phantom has got more chance of killing because you shoot faster. But at the same time, it depends who shoots first. Like I said, it's very, very situational, but the Phantom does have a faster time to kill because of the fact that it has a faster fire rate if hitting the head in a certain range. So like I said, there's so many things that go into this, but overall the Phantom has a faster time to kill if hitting body shots. Headshots not included at all. Obviously headshots, depending on what range you are, they both kill in the same time. But with the Phantom, you get an extra 5 bullets a round as well, which isn't massive. Vandal's 25 and the Phantom is 30. And they both have exactly the same wall penetration of medium. So the Phantom is, from what I've, focused on, what I've realized and what people focus on for the Phantom is more of a spraying gun, and the Vandal's more of a tapping. So if your playstyle is to spray, the Phantom is your gun. But if you like to tap headshots, you like to do burst headshots, the Vandal is very, very good. Now, there's certain maps where there's going to be angles you're going to hold that a Vandal will be significantly better because you're going to be at such a distance that the Phantom won't one-tap, but the Vandal can. An example is on Haven, the free bomb site map, if you guys don't know. On A short, if you are on offense, if you was to stand at the barrier at A short, and then someone was to push A short on defense, that distance is too big for a Phantom to one-tap, whereas a Vandal can one-tap all the way down that corridor. So it's something just to think about when you're playing a certain angle. If you plan to play a certain angle on a round, if it's really far, maybe take the Vandal over the Phantom. It's just something to think about. It's very, very minor, but I've got to admit that I really love playing long angles with the Vandal. I'm a bit of a sprayer at times as well, but the Vandal's a lot harder to spray with. But if I can get an opportunity to hold an angle and go for a burst or a one-tap, I'd rather do that than get close with a Phantom. But that's just my playstyle. Everyone has a different playstyle. If you're a really good sprayer, the Phantom is probably going to be your go-to weapon. But now that we've discussed just the base stats and how the guns work, let's look at the spray patterns. We will start with the Phantom. Now, I'm not gonna control this recoil at all. Now, we're not too far away. In fact, we'll do it on this. We're not too far away at all. I'm just going to hold down left click. We do have unlimited ammo turned off, so it will be a full mag of 30 bullets, and we'll just see exactly what the recoil patterns looks like. So I've taken my mouse off of the off my mat, and I'm just going to hold down left click, and we're going to see what it does. So as we can see, it's just a simple, it goes up, left, right, left. So up, left, right, left. Very, very simple to control. So obviously to counteract that, you just do the opposite. Instead of up, left, you go down, right, left, right. It's as simple as that. Obviously, the further you get away, let's go 50 meters. Actually, 50 meters, that's a long fight. We'll say 20 meters. It changed to 20 meters. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to lift my mouse up and I'm just going to hold down left click. So obviously, it is, a bit harder to control. Now let's just get ourselves unlimited ammo real quick. If I remember how to do it. I don't. Doesn't matter, we can just buy another one. So if we bring it back to 5 meters, so to control it, it's very easy. Even from this range, you don't really have to do the left-right bit too much. It's very, very easy to control. The further you get away, I haven't really used the Phantom, so I'm not very good with the spray pan. It's a lot easier to control than the Vandal. But I'll show you the Vandal one now. So if we buy a Vandal, bring it back to 5 meters, I am not going to control this whatsoever. Left click. Mouse is off the mouse mat. This is what the Vandal spray is like. As you can see, at close range, that looks almost like it's very similar. But as soon as we go to 20 meters and do the same, you'll see this really kicks. So the spray pattern with the Vandal is a lot rougher than it is with the Phantom. It's a lot more punishing if you try to spray at long range. Close range, like I've said, is absolutely fine. You can just spray and hit pretty much all of your shots. With the Phantom, it's a lot easier to spray at range. It's still not easy, but it's easier. You got to take that with a pinch of salt. It's definitely not easy to spray with any gun in this game. But with enough dedication and skill, you'll be able to control it a lot easier than the Vandal. But like I said, the main difference between these two guns is the one-tap potential. At 5 meters, the Vandal will hit 156. And if we was to put that all the way back to 50 meters and headshot, which just apparently I can't hit headshot, it would also do 156 damage, as we can see. And with the Phantom, like we've said, it will change. So if we was to get a Phantom out at close range, we do 156. And I think it was up to 15 meters. So if we do a headshot here, it's already down to 140. And it goes all the way down to like 136 or something like that. So have a look, 124. So that is quite a big difference. That range, 124. And then a body shot, I'm not actually sure. A body shot at range is said, but if we have a quick look, a body shot is 31. So we still can two-shot at range. But the main thing between these two guns for me is the fact that the spray patterns are... The big difference between spray patterns, should I say, sorry, is the Phantom is a lot more controllable, whereas the Vandal has a lot more range potential, one-tap potential range. I've said that multiple times. There's not too much else to say about it. But with the Vandal, when you're playing, one tip I will give, and I've learned it from watching a lot of players and watching a lot of videos, is spraying. Honestly, don't try to spray at range. Don't even bother. Yes, sometimes you will have to spray, but the best thing you're going to want to do is you want to do little bursts like this. And on the third shot, if we do 3 bullets, we'll see 2 bullets are really accurate, 3 bullets, it goes up. So you do 2 bullets and then pull down. Bursts like this at range with a Vandal, if you've got an accurate shot, are going to be very good. You're going to do very high damage very quick. So that's the kind of thing you're going to want to do with a Vandal. I mean, yes, you can do it with the Phantom as well, and you are going to want to do it at range to get those easy shots. But with the Vandal, those bursts give you more potential to hit the headshots. Of course, let's say you do it with a Phantom and you just miss the head. You go down to the body, you do 117 damage. Now let's do that with the Vandal, and you might get lucky and it might recoil to the head. So you do 117 damage, which is exactly the same, but because it's got a bit more kick, you might adjust your aim as you're doing it, and the second bullet could hit the head instantly. Because it's got a bit more kick, sometimes you will, I know it's a bit of luck involved in there, but because the gun has more kick, it allows you to adjust a bit easier. And if you aim here and you don't necessarily pull down fast enough, sometimes, like I said, you will just get that headshot without 100% meaning it, because you're adjusting your crosshair as you're shooting. Sometimes you don't always have chance and time to adjust your crosshair before you start firing. Sometimes you have to fire and then adjust. So you can adjust as you start firing, and you've got more chance of getting that one tap. You might start firing before you get to your target, and as you get there, the second bullet hits. So get used to doing these 3 bullet bursts, or even just 2 bullet. You can go beyond. The main thing with the Vandal I will suggest is if you want to learn the recoil pattern of it, try learn the first 8 to 10 bullets, because those bullets are the most accurate. So if we have a look, beyond that, it starts getting a lot more wild. That's where we have to start going left and right. So these are the fairly easy shots to control. And as soon as we get beyond that, it starts getting a bit wild, where at range, you're really, really not going to control it. So that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to talk about both the Vandal and the Phantom. Now, I've used both guns. I use the Vandal a lot more. I don't like the Phantom too much. I used it a lot at the start because I saw most people were using it. But honestly, I have a hell of a lot more fun with the Vandal. But that's just personal preference. I'd love to see what you guys think. I love watching people at the high level, seeing what they use. I love watching people use the Vandal, getting those really nice clips for the one taps. But I also love seeing people with the Phantom with the really nice spray control, as well as like transferring to targets mid-spray. That is so clean to see. Obviously, it can be done with the Vandal, but it's a lot harder. There's just something about the Phantom. Watching someone spray with the Phantom, it's so clean. I think I love the sound of it, just the way it looks and the way it feels. But that's it for this video. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you prefer the Vandal? Do you prefer the Phantom? Which do you think is going to be used at the pro level when this game eventually becomes an esport? Because I've got high hopes for it. I feel like this game will definitely become an esport. It's got the company behind it. It's got the support. Hopefully this game can come as big as I hope it will. I'm absolutely loving the game, having a blast with it. What do you guys think will be used at the highest level? Do you think it will be the Phantom? Do you think it will be the Vandal? Or do you think it will be a mix? Do you think players will adjust to it? Or do you think it will just stay exactly how the game is right now and people are just using different guns for different scenarios, as I previously mentioned? I would love to see what you guys think. Obviously, you know my favorite's the Vandal, but I think the Phantom is just as good, just in a different situation. If you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to smash the like button. Drop a comment down below, like I said. Let me know what you think's best. And if you want to see more content like this and some ranked gameplay and anything Valorant related, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.